It's been a while. I don't remember how to do this.
I think he listened last time. Hey, you ready?
Yeah.
We never got one of those, remember? We just get the music.
Oh, that's right. Well, last time it wasn't Mac. It was a professional.
That's correct. Yeah. It was the new owner.
Michaela.
The new owner.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to That Checks Out with Damon and Ted. Remember you used to put that in for me? I didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
I could just talk normal, and he'd do some buttons and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
I think
Like
he's-
the echo?
he's asleep out there now.
Yeah. So.
Welcome to the show, Damon. How was your last 9 weeks? I don't remember. I honestly do not remember the last time we were here. How long ago that was?
It's been a
Been
while.
a hot minute.
It's been a while. So I do want to say we have to ask first, real quick, Mac.
What's up?
You made a bride cry at her own wedding.
Oh God,
That is correct.
yeah.
okay.
Let's start with that because we'll never remember it.
We'll never remember it, but I put a note in here to ask you because you were
Well,
very
we're coming
proud
in-
when you
we're-
messaged us.
We're coming in hot. I was not proud.
Okay.
I was not proud.
Yeah, we're coming in hot because otherwise
Wait,
you'll
wait,
remember
wait,
it
when
50
I-
minutes from now.
When I sent you guys that message, did you think I made her cry in a good way
No.
or in a
No,
bad
no,
way?
no.
Okay.
No,
No.
we thought you made her cry in a bad way.
Okay.
I don't
And we
think you
thought
would
you
have
were
told
proud.
us if you told her.
That is correct.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even have registered in your mind to be like, oh, you know who needs
Yeah.
to know this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Damon and Ted.
I did something so loving. I feel like that checks out. Needs to know. Yeah. So what happened?
Okay. So it was a wedding.
We've
We've
established
established
this. Yeah.
It was
Thank
a
you.
video game themed wedding.
Okay.
Okay. And so basically before the wedding party got there and everything, one of the wedding organizers came up to us and was like, just so you know, it's a video game themed wedding and they're going to be dressed like elves.
Okay. All right.
So
All
she
right.
had to put some context. She's like, and she said the bride and groom are going to be Zelda and Link. And
All
I was
right.
like, okay,
Okay.
cool. And I'm on board. I'm like, fine, whatever. I'm a
That's
nerd.
a good video game.
I think
I'll admit it. I'm a nerd. Okay, I play
Right.
video games, so I was into the idea. I'm like, okay, this is cool.
But I
That's
think it would have
fine.
been fun if you would have trolled them for the bride march if you would have played the like the underground theme from Super Mario Bros.
Yeah, from Mario Brothers. Just be like,
Wow.
yeah.
Do 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 do.
Yeah.
We're getting there, Ted.
Do 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 do. Oh, I'm ahead of the story.
Oh.
For once, I'm ahead of the story.
All right.
So first of all, I just want to premise this with I thought this was great. I wasn't like bashing on them for doing video game theme. Everybody's got elf ears on and everything.
Right.
They hand me the CD of all the music that I'm supposed to play because I'm in charge of, okay, you know, the groom is coming out, play this music.
Right.
You know, the bride's coming
You're
out,
doing
play
the
that
entrance music,
that kind
right.
of stuff. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm in charge of a couple of microphones, the microphone that's on the officiant, the microphone that's on the groom, that sort of stuff.
Okay.
So CD is all labeled, track numbers, what the song is being played with, because sometimes I just get like 5 songs and there's zero context. Like, when do I play this? They're like, well, they're all in order. Yeah, they might be in order, but
When
things
does it start?
Right.
Yeah. At what point do I hit
Yeah.
play on one?
Do I start playing these like while the vows are being said? I don't know. I need some
Do
instructions.
I let it play all the way
Yeah.
through
Yeah.
when we're done?
Right as, does anyone like wish to speak to this? Should this marriage not happen? Speak your piece. Where my party people?
Yeah, Is there any songs on
And
here?
Max is in the back, like, not now.
Yeah.
This wasn't the time.
But Max, like, is there any songs on here off the Metallica Master of Puppets album? Because this is going to be a long wedding.
They
I just
actually
need
had
to know.
one of those.
Okay, so
That's a different story, though.
But my point is like, yeah, when does it come in? When do I hit play on the next
Yeah,
song?
yeah.
Or do I just let it go?
So this wedding, CD is beautifully laid out. I even talked, they had like a media company that was putting it all together for them. And I even complimented them. Like, thank you. This is great. I put it in the CD player. The titles and everything pop up on the CD player. You know, they read out properly.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Cool.
Where did you mess up?
I was just gonna say you're setting yourself
know.
up to look
Oh, yeah.
really bad here.
Yeah,
Max.
You are
So-
basically setting the stage
and
that
I
this
still-
should be flawless.
I still want to go into one more little detail because, again, I was wanting the best for this wedding.
Hmm.
Okay.
Where did we fail?
So now we're like getting to the lighting and everything. And I'm even telling the lighting guy what to do because I'm like, oh, we're going to make this shit look magical.
So wait, so
right?
now
we're
you-
going to turn
now
this
you-
into an elven forest. So I'm telling him what to do specifically with the lighting. I'm like, no, bring the backlight down and bring these up. And
Hey,
change that to
Spielberg,
this
when did you
hue.
mess up this
Yeah.
wedding?
All right.
He's basically like, this was color by number. All I had to do was press buttons.
Now let me tell you where we failed.
Okay, so we get all that set up. I'm feeling good. 20 minutes before, somebody over the headset mentions something like, okay, the parents are coming out first, and I have to say, stop, hold on. Because on my playlist here, on my well-labeled CD, it says that the groom is coming up on the orchestra pit first to Sharp Dressed Man.
Okay.
That's what's number one. It says groom coming up. Then number two.
Wait, but he's dressed as Link from Zelda.
Yes.
And he's coming out to Sharp Dressed Man.
Yeah, him and his whole.
And we see no failures so far in
Him
this.
and his whole groom,
Okay.
all the groomsmen are coming up on the orchestra pit.
I see no holes in this, no
Okay.
flaw in this law. Let's see what we got.
Okay.
That's the
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
There you
So
go.
that's supposed to be number one. Song number two says bride, or I'm sorry, what is it? Parents and attendants.
Okay.
Okay. Song number three is the bride song. Song number 4 and 5, it doesn't matter after that.
Right.
Because it was the bride song that I messed up. Anyway,
Really?
yeah. Okay. So I got to go back. So I'm like, okay, fine. So track number 2 gets
Wow.
played first. And then, so the parents are going to come out first. So I'll play track 2. Then the grooms will come up, right? And I play track 1. And then number 3, I'm on the third song now. This is the bride song, right?
Right.
So wedding's going on. I play Sharp Dressed Man. No, I'm sorry. Wait, no. I didn't mess. Yes, yeah. So track number 2 comes first, Sharp Dressed Man.
Yeah.
Groom comes up, parents come out, go back to track number, 2, whatever it was.
Right.
Or track number 1. Sorry. Played 2 first. 1. Can you see how I messed this
Yeah,
up?
I was saying you already messed up your story. Parents
Okay.
come up, you play 2.
So you're
Then you
supposed
play.
to.
Then you play
No,
1.
okay, so
So
I
it's supposed to be
played.
2-1-3. What was the code you typed in?
Okay, it was
Yeah.
supposed to be 2, 1, 3. So I played 2.
Right.
Right.
I played 1.
Right.
Yeah.
What's next?
Should,
3.
should be 3.
3.
Right.
Except we now also split track number 2 because track number 2 was parents and attendants, but the attendants didn't come out. Only the parents did.
Oh, so it should have been 2, 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
2, 1, 2, 3. Okay.
So I play
Oh.
2, 1, 3, which is the bride song, and the first thing I hear over the headset is because
No.
even the organizer is like, okay, go on the next song. I play, and then I just hear a sob.
Oh,
And,
no.
like the bride is standing next to the wedding organizer, and she's like, "What's wrong? Why is the bride's crying? The bride's crying." It was like code red. The bride's crying over the headset.
Tears fired. Tears fired.
What
She's like,
what was the song?
she goes, "It's the wrong song." And I was like, it's the only song. She's like, it's supposed to be the same song as the parents. I'm like, well, what the F?
Right.
So I had to awkwardly like fade out the bride's music and then bring in the original track for the second time.
So they called an
Track
audible
number
on you.
2. They called an audible and didn't tell me.
You. So I don't really think this is your fault.
I don't, yeah, because that's the thing too, is they did a wedding rehearsal the day before. So even if they changed it the day before, it never got communicated to me that it got changed.
But let the record show the tears were still caused by your action.
This is correct.
Okay. All right. All right.
Yes.
So
100%.
yeah, because I just remember getting the group text saying, "Hey, I made a bride cry at her wedding tonight.
So
Story for the pod."
Sharp Dressed Man was Link. What was supposed to be the bride song that you played for the parents?
I'm sorry. So the parents came out first. What got changed was it was originally supposed to be.
Yeah, no, I got
what
all
was
that.
their song?
I'm asking you what,
What was
the
the
song
parents'
was.
It
song?
was the parents' song was.
Oh, I don't care about that one.
Oh no, the bride song.
yeah.
It was something from Legend of Zelda, like Windwalker or Waker
all
or
right.
whatever.
I was hoping to
newest
be something
one
that'd be
was.
really funny to play for parents.
Yeah. No. So yeah. Oh,
Did I ever tell you you were my hero?
Yeah.
She's coming out to her own song.
props to the wedding organizer because she like stopped just short of slapping the bride, but it was totally like, relax. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
You're the only person that knows. Nobody noticed. It's going to be fine.
I mean, that's
and like if that lady had like sobbed one more time, I'm pretty sure she would have gotten slapped.
I mean, that's a tenet of comedy. Like they will tell you, like when you're first starting in comedy, like if you mess up, you're the only one that knows that.
Right.
The audience does not know that. If you can cover it up, keep going. Secondly, when at my wedding it was raining, I didn't find this out later. Is that the wedding organizer was ironing Tina's dress on her hand in the back of the church, well, in the front of the church, because I was in the back towards and Tina was just like, yeah, whatever, do whatever you need to do. Didn't even phase her, but you had gotten wet from walking over from where they had gotten dressed, and she's like taking the steam wand to like try to like iron it out, and basically just was underneath my bride's dress while it was like, all right, whatever we're doing.
Yeah. Peekaboo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no phasing, nothing
Yeah.
at all.
Well, and I honestly think that the true wedding, what is she called? The organizer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If she
coordinator,
was
something like that.
really good at doing
Coordinator, yeah.
that, she would have went up, down, left, right, VA start, and got her infinite lives.
There's bride and groom. She did select start.
Select start
for
right,
2 people.
Right, but she would have got them infinite lives. Yeah. Nothing would have failed then. They were not going to die at that wedding. It was golden.
Yeah, well, you should have displayed the game over music and then started again.
Yeah. That was the other thing. So even if I had been, if I had known 2, 1, 2, 3, do I just start track 2 over from the beginning? Do they want me to pick it up in the middle?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it would be weird even just starting that exact same song over on 2 different occasions.
I don't feel like you totally failed here, but I do feel like I'm going to blame you.
They went too far and overcomplicated it.
No, they did. Yeah, correct. Because otherwise, that should have been.
I feel
set
like
up.
the attendant should have come out with the parents, and I think the thing was they didn't want the parents coming out to this slow piano ballad after we just gotten our faces rocked off by Sharp Dressed Man.
I see the point.
That checks out.
But
Okay.
it's funny, like Tina would not let me have any of the nerd stuff at the wedding, but it was okay for the reception. So when we did the introductions, like no one cares about.
Right.
Like now presenting, no one cares about that.
Right.
If you're listening and you haven't been married yet, take it out. No one cares.
Yeah. You do your awesome intro dance. Nobody's paying attention.
They played the theme to Back to the Future.
Nice.
But I could hear like the members in the crowd. Oh, they're playing Superman. He really likes Superman. That's the Superman theme. And I was just like, what was the point?
Yeah.
Could have walked out to silence. It would have had the exact same impact.
There better be a lot of money in those cards because I'm now pissed.
Yeah. Do you know how much money I didn't pay to Universal to use this?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. You should have came in on the back of a Jeep on a skateboard to Huey Lewis.
Right.
That's what you should have done.
Right.
She's driving the Jeep. You're on the skateboard.
Well, because I worked at the formal wear store, I spent most of it. Well, she's getting ironed by the coordinator. I spent most of it dressing the people that were supposed to be my money, mostly because they were drunk from the night before.
Yeah.
One guy couldn't find the rehearsal dinner, so we drove back to Champaign from Joliet.
Okay.
Instead of, because this was pre-cell phone.
Right.
But instead of, like asking for directions or anything, just like, well, I'll just go home.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know what, though? That checks out.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
people that I would put in my wedding for
right.
sure.
That checks out. So, hey, Mac, I'm glad we got to that story.
Yeah, that was a good
story. And that's why I wanted to, I had that on top of my notes. So, we did some traveling.
You can also hear that story on the Hanging with Monster podcast.
Nice.
That episode drops tomorrow, too.
You could have prefaced with, I've already told the story.
I was thinking about it. I was thinking about being like, I already told this story and just left it out.
So...
But, I wanted some me time.
Guys like, hey, I got on 2 podcasts this week. How about you?
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to compare and contrast which story is better.
Yeah. Yeah. If his is better, I'm going to be really mad.
I think I told it a little tighter on his, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. Jerry was here for
even
it.
Jerry's involved.
I was wondering why Jerry wasn't laughing. I forgot he was here for the last time.
Well, we know why Jerry's not laughing. Yeah. You told the story. But still, it is what it is.
Jerry records his podcast here, Mac. He's used to you telling stories.
Yeah.
That's why he was not laughing.
So, hey, when I was traveling, I went to the Covered Bridge Festival. And I know I prefaced that a couple weeks
immediately
ago.
Was like, whatever. About me now.
Now it's about me. All right. So anyway, I go with my parents and I'd never been. Now, this is their 30th time going. So when you do the math, and
29 times are great. 1 was ruined.
Yeah. So my stepdad's going to be 70 this year, right? So you figure they started going at 40. I'm 46, mid 40s, right? And I'll be honest with you, I couldn't see myself going to this 6 years ago.
Have they been going together for 30?
Yes. Yeah.
They've been together since he was.
Yeah, they've been
30
together.
years.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Since we were sophomores in high school.
Oh, this explains it. We were not talking at that point.
We hated each other right then. Yeah. Which
I don't know if that's strong enough.
Anytime we want to relive that, I'm game.
I posted that we had our year anniversary, or 52 consecutive weeks in a row of putting a podcast out, and I was like, so you know, I'm not the one that ruined the streak, and you were like, I was trying not to die, and I was like, try harder next time, but I meant to die, not,
right? I took it
live.
I took it as a vote of confidence, but you really meant it the other way.
I meant,
yeah.
It was so close.
Yeah, nobody likes to brag.
It was so close.
Yeah.
It was a flip of a coin.
So we go to this, and it's a lot of like antiques and different stuff, and fairs and flea markets. In some spots, it's just hillbillies having garage sales. You got to be real careful. They put up signs, and it's like barn sale. That's cool, but your barn is your garage, and your sale is all the stuff you don't want anymore. It's not like you have a collection of, hey, I made this. Right.
Tom Sawyer will tell you putting up a sign that says, come clean out my shed.
Yeah.
Is not as effective as barn sale.
Yeah. Or everything must go, all free. Yeah. It's cool. And I have to throw it away. You can take it right out of my barn.
If you tell people it's free, they don't want it. If you tell people it's, $5 or anything off this table,
they'll dicker with you.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to, I'll pay $2.
Yeah.
I would
Five.
gladly pay
Yeah.
$2.
5. So we did go. We went to a cool place called it's in the town, I guess, of Tangiers, but it's a beef place. They cook all this stuff in the ground. So they literally dig this huge trench behind the building. Okay, they put all the meat is wrapped in. They have hot coals, and then they have all the meat wrapped in like foil. Then they cover it with sand, and
So-
then they let it cook like overnight.
I'm gonna bring you to my house. I'm gonna have a big trench dug.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna have like you're gonna be like, where's the hot coals? Don't worry about it.
No,
Where's the sand? Again. Just get in there, man. Get in
but
there.
there
and
is
look.
some beef at the
Yeah.
bottom of that hole.
Jump-
you need to get in there.
Jump down in.
Yeah. But it was really, really good. So that was a neat experience. I will tell you the one thing, I guess we're kind of in the middle of nowhere where we were staying. We were staying at a house that was built in the late 1800s. So 19th century house, right? There were pictures on the wall of every generation of this family. And there was one where there was 4 generations of women in it. Okay. And I looked and I said, I hope I don't meet any of them tonight. Okay. I was there for 2 nights. And it's the only thing I thought is I'm like, I am going to encounter something.
I assume that you probably did because they probably were like, look, we usually haunt this place, but you have made every board creak.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
You are sleeping and
Yeah.
it's creaking out there in the kitchen. I don't understand.
bro, we are trying to sleep and we're the dead. Quiet it down.
Yeah. And I don't know why you got up to have Raisin Bran at 2 a.m, but we were busy doing other
It's
stuff.
very crunchy. It is very loud when it's quiet.
Yeah. That was my favorite day. I walk out and I go, ooh, Raisin Bran. And I'm like, oh, there's milk. Awesome. So like 2 o'clock, I can't sleep. And I'm really waiting for like the ghost violation to start. You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay. So I walk out in the other room and I'm looking, I'm like, did that picture move? You know, and this and that. You're just looking at all kinds
Were
of
you in
stupid
there, like, just you and your parents? Like, there was no one else in the house?
stuff. There ended up being an older couple then that had an upstairs room. But yeah, we had a downstairs.
I could just imagine they're like, what is that noise? They come out and they just see you happily chomping down on some Raisin Bran at 2 a.m.
Yeah, I was so excited for the Raisin Bran. I gotta be honest with you. But it's funny because I needed gas in the car because drove out there, so I need gas. So I go to the gas station to get gas. I pull into this 3-pump gas station that is also like
It's like a hand crank pump.
Oh no, but it's a convenience store of like they sell like Bridge Festival shirts, and it's almost like if you went to Florida and went to like one of those $5 souvenir shops, right? But it's right there. It's a gas station. And Ted, they do pizza and like burgers inside, right? Here's what I did. I pull up to the pumps. All 3 pumps are busy. Go figure. There's 3 pumps. They're all full.
Right.
Okay. That checks out. I'm sitting in the car for about 4 songs on my iPod or on my iTunes, and 4 songs. Then I'm like, is anybody going to come out? I got the car in park. I got seatbelt off, but I'm parked conveniently in the middle, knowing that no one's going to get in a pump before I do, right? So lady comes out holding a pizza. She apparently got gas and then went in and ordered a pizza. Hey, but she was the only one. The other 2 people also did.
And this was definitely not a phone first
No,
situation.
But she comes out with her pizza. She puts the pizza in the car, looks back inside like, oh, I forgot something, and walks back inside with her car still in front of the pump. So the next guy comes out, and he's an older guy, okay? He sees me, and I saw him finish pumping. And then he was going to walk inside. He turned around and looked at me in my car, and he actually hit the lock button on his van like I was going to vandalize his van.
Ironically, it wouldn't have happened until he put the pizza in.
Right, correct.
He was safe up until that
There
point.
was nothing worth stealing until you had the
Yeah.
food in the van. But he walks in. He comes back out with like a bag of food. I don't know if he ordered burgers, whatever. He gets in the van. He proceeds to change his gloves, like to driving gloves now. He must have gas pumping gloves and driving
Well,
gloves.
I assume he has gas pumping gloves, pizza ordering gloves. and driving gloves.
Right. So then he changes his hat. He looks in the mirror, adjusts his mirror. Mind you, he's the one that drove the van there. I don't know how it got adjusted while
This
he wasn't
sounds
in
like someone murdered this old man and took off his face.
Yeah.
And now is wearing his face in the car. And
And
was
I'm
like,
just worried about pumping gas.
Yeah.
My priorities. Hey, when it becomes about me, that's when it's a problem. So he proceeds to drive off. Now, of course, the gas pump's on the wrong side. So I fly through, spin around, and pull back in, and I start pumping. I get out at the pump. I go to put the card in, and it says, must pay inside. And it says, just hit start. So I hit start. Dude, it just starts pumping.
a non-prepay pump.
Right. So it just starts pumping. Now, I get done pumping and I do the honest thing and walk inside, right? Even though I've seen no other civilization, right? Sorry, let's pause that. While I'm pumping, a guy walks out and proceeds to tell me where he got gas for a nickel cheaper. Now, mind you,
Hey, about 81 miles up the street.
Yeah.
I paid a one halfpenny less per
Yeah.
gallon.
but he used a town, like, say he said, like, hey, in Waveland, I got this. And I'm like, I don't know where I am now.
Right.
How do I know where Waveland is,
Yeah.
right?
Is that in this country?
So my response, and I put this on Facebook, my response, though, was, hey, sometimes you just get lucky just being a nice guy, right? And then he goes, well, and I'm like, shit, in my head. That's exactly what I did. I'm like, I should have just said, nobody likes a bragger, and pissed him off, and then he wouldn't have talked to me.
I say that every time you text me on Saturday morning
Yeah.
asking where we're meeting. I'm like, oh, we're still doing this?
Yeah. But I was like, man. So I instituted a new best friend. Okay. This guy was reaching. And so he's talking to me like the whole time I'm pumping. When I get done, I'm like, I got to go in and pay. So I go in. I find nobody in this gas station besides people sitting at a table eating. There's one lady who works now when you walk in, you pay at the right, you order pizza to the left. She's in there cooking pizzas. There's nobody even. I could have walked in and grabbed a bunch of pop, this and that, and walked out.
That's what, hey, Papa John.
Yeah. Mama John.
I'm not assuming.
Yeah.
Where do I pay for this guy?
Yeah.
Which brings up a thing, because just yesterday I got gas and I looked around. I'm like, okay, there's 25 pumps.
Yeah.
But it's one of those ones where it just has kind of like a small thing in the middle. It doesn't have like a whole convenience store.
Right. Yeah.
But I wanted coffee. So I'm like, okay, on this occasion only is the only time I will leave my car and go in there. Otherwise, as soon as I'm done paying gas, I go park and then pull in. Because I hate that. I hate that same situation. We were like, there are 1,000 parking spaces.
Yeah.
For the express purpose of you going in to get your Powerball.
Yeah.
While the rest of us are just trying to pump our gas, pay $8,000 to mobile and then move on.
Yeah. Yeah. We're spending half the
Did
Powerball.
you actually, did you have to pay Mama John? Or
Yeah, no. So I paid, but I said, I go, excuse me. And I go, is there anybody working the gas station over? She goes, oh, yeah, I'll be right there. Hold on. And she proceeds to finish cooking, which she's doing.
Does she wash her hands?
No, but she took money from me. So I wasn't eating from her. I was giving her money. So hopefully,
I didn't say you need to be concerned about it.
Right.
Just
the other people
these
might.
old Indiana people probably need to worry about it.
But I was just like, and then the most ironic thing, right? I get home, I go to the gas station right outside my subdivision, and guess what?
They needed to know where you were from.
Needed to know my zip code.
What's your zip code, sir?
And where I'm from.
Which is funny because I've been to that one and they have not asked me.
Yeah, and I've had other people tell me the same thing. I'm like, I don't know why my card every time, boom, where do you live? Right where the card is being used. Same zip code.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see my house from here.
Yeah, right there. But no, so that was absolutely amazing. And then the last thing I'll do, we did a rental car. They wanted to do a rental car. I said, whatever. So we do a rental car. So I go to Enterprise. Okay. I go to pick up the car and he walks me out to this car and I go, that's not what I requested. And he goes, what? I go, my reservation's not for that size car. And
Which is weird because usually they're usually pretty upfront about that.
Yeah. So my reservation was for a full size car.
Okay. And were they trying to get you compact?
They were giving me like a mid-size car. Okay. Well, I know I got somebody in the back seat. I want them to be comfortable, right? So I go, that doesn't work. And they go, well, this is a full-size car. Now, Ted, mind you, it's a little SUV from Nissan. It's like the size of a Ford Escape.
All right.
Okay. That's not a full-size car. It might be a mid-size, but it's not a full-size. So I proceed to tell him, I go, well, I said, it's supposed to be in relation to like this vehicle. I says, I'll tell you what, there's a car dealership right up the street. Would you like to take a ride real quick? We can go up there and we can see what a full-size car is. I can show you in the showroom. And he looks at me with this weird face. Now, mind you, I'm the customer.
Right.
So what are you going to do? You're going to talk back to me? He goes, well, how about, will this one do? I go, yeah. He gives me a white vehicle. They clean it up real quick. When I say clean it up, the outside is gray. Okay. I get inside. There's pop like spilled all over the dash.
Yeah. I can't tell you how many times I get they're just washing it in back and they get it and it's sparkling on the outside.
Yeah.
And you get in, literally you stick to everything.
Yeah, no, this was a dumpster inside and outside. So I didn't mind driving it down all these gravel roads and then bringing it back to them browner than they gave it to me. But and then he tells me, this is the speech. He goes, well, it's somewhere between 3/4 and full. Just bring it back on that. I go, I looked at him. I go, how do I mathematically engineer that?
Right.
And he looks at me and he goes, what? I go, how do I, if you put it on full, then I fill it up the street when I bring it to you.
Right.
Okay. When you put it between there, I got to stop for gas 4 times because I mismanaged my calculations
right.
and didn't want to give you $1 more worth of gas. It was amazing. I've never had service like that in my life.
And where was this?
This was at Enterprise,
Yeah, I was looking for. Well, we can talk specifics after.
not far from my house.
I rented a car, also from Enterprise
Yeah.
in Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
And it was kind of late in the day. Well, first off, I've dropped taking my mom, and please take this. I know you won't care, but everyone listening, please take this with the humor and the brevity and the lightness. I'm trying. Taking my mom anywhere traveling is literally like having a rolling suitcase that talks.
Yeah.
Because she gets a wheelchair literally from the plane to wherever we are putting her in another vehicle.
And has opinions.
Right. So, but because I'm going to a rental car, you have to hand her off a few times. Like you have to take her out of the wheelchair from the airport,
Right.
put her in the other. Like so, this is the first time I've seen this. There was a wheelchair waiting for her at the rental car place because Oklahoma City is full of very nice people. I want that fun.
Right.
So, but I just kind of push her and the luggage off to the side while I go stand in line, and I come back. She meets some guy that used to work at Stateville in Oklahoma City. He's like, yeah, I've been to Wilmington. I know where that is. And I'm like, I apologize. I'm sorry.
Right.
But they said, do you want to prepay for the gas? Now, usually for work, I can't do this, but this is a trip my mom is paying for. And I don't want to say like my mom takes me traveling. This was her trip. I was just the chaperone, the chauffeur, and everything. And I was like, yeah, let's prepay because I don't want to find a gas station on the way here. I don't even care. And they're like, bring it back empty. And I'm like, oh, you better believe.
Yeah, we're pushing this thing in to the parking lot.
You better have a jerry can next to where I parked this because it's not starting again.
Right. I will sit in the car with the air on and let it run until it shuts off.
I'm going to be pushing around a lot of stuff all weekend. If I have to push this car 1 block, not a problem.
Yeah.
So, but then we walking out and she's like, I'm way ahead because the guy's pushing my mom. And this is the one time I won't have to do that. So I'm like walking with the lady and she's like, okay, we got 4 cars for you. You can pick any one of these. It was like a Nissan, a Kia, or a Chevy. And I was like, I know my mom can get it out of a Chevy. She has a Chevy. We'll just go with that. Okay, we have 2, blue or white. And I was like, she's going to pick blue. Watch this. Hey, Ma, you want blue or white? Oh, blue.
Yeah.
There's a difference. And the lady was like, wow. And I'm like, no, it's not that special.
It's a gift.
Yeah.
It's a gift. Someday you'll have it too.
But then we get in. My mom gets in immediately. But then I got to get in. Like the old man at the gas station. I'm not the last guy who drove this. So I got to adjust all this. And you can tell my mom's getting antsy. And I'm like, would you like to die on the way out of here? Like, let me get my mirror set. I've never been in this town.
I have to back up first. Could I fix that? Yeah.
So I put this on Facebook that we don't mess around with steak and eggs. I was like, I saw this place, a steakhouse. It had signs everywhere and everything. I'm like, I'm probably never coming back to Oklahoma City. Probably.
Right.
I'm going to go to this place, but I don't want to go there for dinner because I don't know how busy it gets and I don't want to pay extra for the same steak that I can pay $5 less for at breakfast. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it opens at 6 a.m. I'm like, a steakhouse. It opens at 6 a.m. Giddy up. No pun intended.
Right.
So we go there, and I was like, okay, I want the steak and eggs. And you say steak and eggs, and then you just pick a steak from the list. Like there's not like steak and eggs, and it comes out with a steak. You pick. Do you want the porterhouse? Do you want the ribeye? Do you want the sirloin? Yeah.
So you ate good.
Yeah. So I say I want the ribeye.
Right.
Medium. All this stuff. My mom goes, I'll have the same, and I'm like, you want the ribeye? And she's like, oh no. I'm like, how do you say I want the same? And you're not even listening.
Did you have flashbacks to having eaten with me? Right. You're like, wait, Damon also does not listen when people are ordering.
And I said,
to the waitress,
do you just want the small breakfast steak? She's like, yeah, I'll take that. I was like, oh, again, I'm not paying for this, but again, I'm like, we're going to pay $900 for a breakfast that you're going to have 2 bites and be like, I can't.
Yeah.
So that's
then you get 2 ribeyes. Well, you should have.
I should have, but even I can't put down. Like,
I got you.
Especially at, it's 7 a.m.
Yeah.
He comes out with a steak, maybe the size of 2 decks of cards. Maybe.
Yeah.
She eats a deck of cards and it just pushes it away. And I'm like, oh my God, that would have been like an eighth of my ribeye.
Yeah.
So
yeah. You're like, that would have been about $40 wasted. So let's not.
And I told you that you would have loved this place because you can get toast or biscuits and gravy. Like it's not a biscuit. It's literally biscuits and gravy. And I was like, Damon wouldn't have had to order a second breakfast.
Yeah.
But they had a buffet. So he'd be like, can I get the steak and eggs, breakfast and gravy, and the buffet?
Yeah. And I'll take her side.
Right.
So hey, we actually did that. We went to a place and the sides were, when we were on vacation there, and the sides were like fries, baked potato, this, that, and the other. They had mac and cheese. Okay. So I go, well, I want fries and mac and cheese. So Don orders and he goes, I'll take some onion rings. He goes, I don't need the other side. I said, yes, he does. He wants mac. I said, does that come in a bowl? And she goes, yeah. And I go, mac and cheese.
It's the same thing. When we're on the plane, we have paid hundreds of dollars for this flight.
Right.
They come down and they were the Delta flight. You get pretzels or a cookie or cookies and then a beverage. And then the lady's like, do you want snacks or a drink? My mom starts saying no. And I was like, don't you dare.
Yeah.
I was like, I was eating pretzels. She wants the cookies.
Yeah.
And she wants the Coke Zero. And then I was like, but I didn't want, I'm like, just take it. It comes in a sealed bag. We can eat it later. Like, you don't have to eat it right now. Did you eat it on the plane? Put it back.
Yeah. Hey, for anybody who did not eat, please put it back on the tray.
For the woman who didn't want it when the woman was there, right as I went to go grab the cookies, she's already eating one. And I was like, oh, you didn't want cookies, did you? My daughter does the same thing. Like, did you want to drink? Like, get a drink. I will drink it.
Yeah.
We paid $8,000 to get like 4 ounces of a beverage in like 19 ounces of ice. Just get it.
I'm thirsty enough for 2. You go ahead and get yours. But it was so funny though. I go, wait. I go, yeah, he does. I go, mac and cheese coming in a tray and a dish? She goes, yeah. I go, yeah, he wants mac and cheese.
Yeah, he wasn't, yeah.
And I go, hey, by the way, when you get it here, you can just slide it right over here. Like that. So she gets there and I look at Don. I go, mac and cheese? He's like, no, I don't want that. I go, cool.
That was the plan, Don.
Yeah.
That was the plan.
Yeah. That's why I got the euro.
Are you going to take any money? You take any money off if he doesn't get the extra side? Oh, no, he's still paying for it. Well, then he'll have the mac and cheese.
Yeah, we'll have the mac and cheese. Yeah.
We'll get mac and cheese for the table.
So it's like Oprah, and you get a mac and cheese, and you get a mac and cheese. Right. But you're right. You pay for it. It's when it becomes inclusive. It's like how when we used to go to Disney regularly or go on vacation, Chuck would collect the small soaps, shampoos, conditioners, and those were his. Like and even when he get home, he wouldn't use them. They were like a collection. He was like a hoarder, But here's the deal: they were in the room. You paid for them. Now, when I went to this B&B we stayed at, right? I wasn't gonna take because it's somebody's place. It's not a hotel chain.
It's a small business.
Yeah. I'm not doing that.
I mean, most of the hotels now have gone to community stuff.
Yeah,
where it's I bring my own now because I don't trust it.
I'm
not saying the hotels doing weird stuff, but I also don't know who else is touching these things.
Right. Yeah.
But before they did that, I would take them because my mom would donate them to a
like for troops or something.
No, there's a home for veterans.
Okay. Yeah.
And she would take it there and they would have their own individual stuff. And I wish they would still do it because that's not. But yeah, now it's just like, ooh, I don't. And the thing is like, well, they have these weird security screws. And I don't remember what it was. I think it might have been in New York. No, it wasn't in New York. It was in Oklahoma City. And I literally grabbed it and went, whoop, like this. I literally pulled the whole thing off the wall. And I was like, this is like a security screw? Oh, I didn't tell you about this. So I pre-booked a hotel and it said accessible tub.
Okay.
We get to the hotel.
Well, does that mean there's not a wall built in front of it? What are we talking about?
Usually, it said zero access.
Okay.
That's
zero entry.
So
zero entry.
We get to the hotel. We walk in. They're like, oh, no. Well, at first I called because I looked and it said, if you get here later than this, we no longer have to hold it. This online.
Right.
So I called the hotel. It takes 7 calls. Basically, I think she was making pizza for you in Indiana.
Yeah. Nice.
She's like, hey, hotel, what's what? And I was like, hey, we just got off the plane. I still gotta roll my mom and the luggage down to the rental car. It's gonna be a while. I just want to make sure there's not a problem. And she's like, no, we don't even audit the reservation until 2 a.m. As long as you get here before then, it's fine. I'm like, okay, that's not a problem. Cut to an hour and 10 minutes later, we're pulling it. I drop my mom off. I park the car, come in. My mom is standing there. You can tell there's been some beef already. Already beef. And
nice.
No trench, no hot coals.
Not breakfast. It's not coming out with eggs.
Yeah, we're not going to the steakhouse.
This is nighttime beef. Okay.
And she's like, oh, yeah, the room that you requested is not available. And I said, stayed calm. Okay, can I ask why? Because the answer was going to be, you got here too late. I was going to lose it because I had called during the time when it wasn't going to be too late. She said, oh, well, the people in there that had it before you smoked, and it smells like smoke, and I can't, in good conscience, put anyone in there. And I said, okay, that makes sense. My mom hates smoke. That's fine. She's like, I had my husband come down and he smelled it and it was gross. I'm like, why is your husband here?
Yeah.
How long of a trip was that?
Honey, I don't know what you're doing, but if you could come on down here to work, wake the kids up. Come on down here to work.
Says she had the manager check and the manager said that. This is going to be important later.
Yeah.
So the manager checked. The manager said, no, we can't have anyone in there. So they put us in a different room that is not the suite that I ordered because I wanted the extra space because my mom likes to get up at 2 a.m. and have a Raisin Bran.
Nice.
And I like to sleep.
Yeah.
So I was like, if she can go somewhere and read her book instead of, cause otherwise she just won't get up. She'll just stay in the bed. She'll stay in the bed. Then when I wake up in the other bed, she'll be like, morning.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. Right. And no matter how many times it happens, it's still scary.
You would rather have the poltergeist, wouldn't you?
Right.
You'd
I would rather have any of those 4 ladies you mentioned earlier.
Right.
So the next morning we go down and we go to the steakhouse and we're on the way back. It's still early in the morning. I said, hey, I don't expect this to be a thing because they said there's a similar room. People are going to be checking out of it tomorrow. We'll get you into that room.
Okay, so they were already making accommodations.
Right.
Okay.
So and they're like, and I'm being real patient. I'm not losing my mind. I'm not freaking out. I get things happen. And she's like, you're being really patient. I mean, don't apologize. You apologize more than 3 times, I lose it. Like, you don't have to say it again. Like, we're on the same page. We
Right.
get it. We're going to fix it. It's not a problem. Please stop wasting my time by apologizing for things you've already apologized for. I know this now makes me sound like an a-hole, but I get it.
Now you're like, you're stressed with the whole empathy
Yeah.
thing. And I feel like you're now you're not sorry.
Yeah. Now, did you want me to be angry? Because now it seems like you're sad that I wasn't angry.
Right.
So the next morning I come in and I said, hey, I don't expect it because it's still early. But I'm walking through. I want to check. What's the status on the room we're moving to? And the lady's like, what now? I said, I figured this.
Different lady?
Yeah, different lady.
Okay.
Said, well, we were here last night. They wouldn't give us in a room because it said it smelled like smoke. She said the manager was, and she's like, well, I'm the manager. And I was like, and this seems like it's news to you. And she's like, it is. I'm like, cool. Let me bring you up to speed. Brandy. And she looks at me like, how do you know my name? And it said on the wall, it says manager on duty, Brandy. I know people don't read signs, but I'm reading everything now.
Right.
You have my full attention. And I explained to her what happened. She's like, okay, well, that's not ready and everything. All right, fine. Go down there. We do something else. We come back. And I said, what's the story? She's like, okay, we're going to put you in this room. Now, we started in room 311.
Okay, so you're not on the first floor. You're already taking an elevator.
311. Well, this is my fault because in my travel things, it says top floor.
Right.
Farthest from elevator. Because usually I take the stairs and I don't like to be under people.
Right.
Because people like to walk like my daughter in hotels.
Right. Like poltergeist.
Yeah, do not like that.
Eating raisin
I
bran.
get that. That means my mom has to ride an elevator, but anyway.
Right.
So she said, okay, we were originally supposed to be in we were in 316. We're supposed to be in 211.
Okay.
That's the smoky one. They were going to move us to 311 today. She said, okay, well, 311 still isn't ready, but I can get you into this. Hands me cards. It says 211. I said, okay, so if it smelled too much like smoke yesterday, today it's going to be perfectly fine. Skeptical, but I walk away and I walk up and I show my mom the cards and she's like, what? I was like, yeah, here's what I need you to do. Get off at 2, go down to a 211. If it smells like smoke at all, just come tell me and I'll take care of it. And I go to 316. 20 minutes comes by. My mom shows in. She has now cards for 207. I said, how did that happen? She's like, I went back down. I said, that was not part of the instructions. It was just come up here and I'll take care of it.
Yeah.
Go to 207.
I'm in charge of this
Yeah,
beef.
it's not accessible. It has a bar on the inside of the shower that even I can't reach when I'm taking a shower. So I don't know how it's going to
Is
help
it
my
a
mom.
pull-up bar?
Yeah.
Or what are you
No,
doing?
it's a bar, but it's on the far side.
Oh, okay.
So like you have to be in the shower all the way up against the wall to grab it.
But if you trip getting in, it might be handy when you reach your arms all the way out.
But I think it should be on the other side of the nozzle so you can
Right.
hold it while you're stepping over the shower.
Yeah. Totally understood.
But it's all the way up against the wall.
Right.
So my mom can't use this one either. So we go down the next morning to check out, and I was like, she's like, what room? I said 207, and she's like, we don't have anyone in 207, which explains why no one cleaned it, no one emptied the garbage, no one. And here's when I stay, if I'm going to stay for a couple days, I just reuse the towels because at home I'm not throwing my towel on the floor after one use.
Right.
My mom literally was using towels and hand gloves, just chucking them on the floor. It's like, well, someone's going to get them tonight. No one got them because they thought we were still in 211. So I said to the lady, Wilson, 2Ls. She's like, oh, you're in room. Well, I don't know what the hell's going on here. And I was like, that makes all of us, lady. I don't know where we're at.
Yeah.
Just don't charge us for 9 rooms.
Go get me brandy.
Yeah. It was the absolute worst.
That's awesome. Traveling with family can be so much fun, right? I mean, it's just it's a joy. Traveling with me is fun.
Because when
though.
it's just me, when it's just by myself, I'm like, whatever, I'll figure it out.
Right.
When
Yeah.
you're trying to like work around people that have issues.
Yeah.
Damon.
Yeah. Yeah. Should I get 2 breakfasts? What do you think? So, hey, let's do some fun facts.
Let's do it.
Let's do some fun facts. All right. This is called, this fun fact number 1. Ultra crepidarian is a noun.
Maybe.
Did I say it wrong?
I don't even know.
Okay. A person who gives opinions on subjects they know nothing about.
Oh, so it's Damon.
See, I think I said that right. I think I said it right. Unless that's a strepidarian?
Crepidarian's probably right.
I think it's ultra crepidarian. It's a noun.
Sounds like a crappy librarian.
Person who gives opinions on subjects they know nothing about. Now, I probably don't fall in this category because I know a lot of stuff about a lot of stuff, so I'm okay. But
I know Max sleeping because he would have laughed at that point.
and you're fat too. You know, I mean, why do we only laugh at me? I saw you reaching for the button. You believe that? So, if we want to learn anything, this is here. Let's do it. Let's do a PSA. All right.
All right.
If you know an ultra crepidarian who pumps gas and orders pizza, all right, that person,
Maybe that's what. Maybe he just like knew like for like. He's like, that guy's one of us.
Yeah.
Let's go talk to that guy. He thinks he knows everything.
He needs to be removed from the face of the earth. I just thought that was a weird word to say, so I wanted to say that. All right, here. This one's kind of neat. Adopting an alter ego and thinking of yourself as a separate entity can boost confidence. Well, of course it can. Determination. It can boost confidence, determination, and reduce anxiety. Sorry.
Like
Three
you
things.
acted like it was a new paragraph.
Yeah.
Determination.
Yeah. Determination. It can also teach you how to read. This is known as the Batman effect. I thought you might like this because to give it that name, where it's like, I'm Batman.
I was just going to say, I'm Batman.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I'm just trying to pump myself up.
Yeah.
You're just going to order at Starbucks.
Yeah.
I get nervous.
I'm meeting this new girl I met online. Who are you?
And the name for the coffee? I'm Batman.
I have coffee for I'm Batman.
Yeah.
I got to stop saying the I'm.
Yeah, I got coffee for Ima Bateman.
Yeah.
We're looking for Ima Bateman.
Irma Batman.
Yeah. For Jason Bateman.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're like, I got to stop saying the Ima. I really got to stop saying that. All right, here's another one. On April 19th, 1995, a man robbed a bank disguised with lemon juice on his face. Since he knew lemon juice could be
that woke
used,
him up.
yeah. Since he knew lemon juice could be used as invisible ink, he thought it would make his face invisible on camera.
No, he didn't.
This is a fun fact. It's written right here.
Yeah.
It's a mind-blowing fact. Yeah.
Yeah, it checks out, Mac, because
Yeah.
it's from the website mindblowingfacts.com.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It
So
actually
that's
does check
pretty
out.
You believe everything you read on the internet. That's what I've learned.
Yeah. I do.
Oh, I learned that a long time ago.
But I'm Batman, so I'm allowed to understand that stuff. But imagine,
I mean, I have seen actual photo, not of this guy, but I've seen photos of robbers who have taken black markers,
Yeah.
and blacked out their face,
Yeah.
thinking that would prevent people from being able to recognize them later. And like, no, it's just that guy with a more slightly gray face because he couldn't get all the black off.
did you ever see? I don't know if it's a TikTok, but there's a video going around, probably multiple ones, where the girl thought she was going to outsmart her boyfriend. She put on one of those green suits, like green screen.
Yeah.
Okay. But she was walking in real life, so she's doing stuff around him. Okay. And like she's surprising him.
Yeah, she thought she was going to be digitally
She thought she
removed
was
from life.
blending in with everything, right?
I have been digitally removed from life.
Right. He's laughing his butt off, right? As he's taking this video, and she's moving around. She's bouncing into things because she can't, like a lamp falls over. Why?
Right.
And he's like, oh, like he acts startled. Like he's really playing along. And I'm just like, it was awesome. But apparently she was so smart that she was going to make herself invisible. Yeah. So I don't know how the lemon juice, imagine if the first thing you did was squirt that in your eye.
Right.
So now you go in there. Now, first off, you're pissed. Okay.
Yeah. Give me your money.
Yeah.
I think Gilbert Gottfried's out there trying
I
to.
was gonna say it's either Gilbert Godfrey or it's like who's the guy? I could barely.
Well, because he always.
What color were his eyes? I don't know.
Yeah,
they were barely
Yeah,
open.
maybe that was the way he got over it.
Yeah, they were barely
He
open.
couldn't figure it out. He was squinting the whole time.
Huge birthmark on his cheek,
Now-
but he couldn't see the eyes.
To be fair, we just handed him pamphlets.
Yeah.
Here, take this. Okay. Just gets out, finds out an open savings account and stuff.
He comes back in. I'd like to open a savings account. What's your first and last name, sir?
Well, we can arrest you for attempted robbery,
Yeah.
but all you got were free pamphlets.
Yeah.
So
And-
you less time for that.
You're only supposed to take one. Everybody gets one. That's how it goes.
Tell him, Peter.
All right, so and this is probably my favorite one. In 2011, a man in the UK fed up with marketers calling him. He changed his phone line to a premium rate number. When the telemarketers called, he would make money by letting them talk.
That's brilliant.
That's good.
Can we still do that today?
That's good. So I would like to do. I mean, a lot of times you mess with telemarketers anyway, but I would like to do the whole. Maybe when you answer, just be like, just so you know, this line may be recorded for future. You know what I mean? Just like
Yeah.
do their whole spiel.
Yeah.
And then be like, okay, go ahead. But imagine getting paid where you're keeping them on the phone. Because that's got to be the telemarketers like wet dream. Like, oh my God, this guy's actually paying attention. Yeah, because you're paying $4.99 a minute, Chief.
Yeah, there's a guy I watch on YouTube who scams scammers.
Yes, I've seen guys like that.
I love what he
They're
does.
pretty good.
Yeah. I love when he gets to he's on the phone for 4 hours. He's like, so what is the weather like in Nigeria?
Yeah.
And they hang.
Well, because they pinpoint him too. Like they know where they're
well,
at.
that's the thing is he wastes their time so that they can't be calling other people.
Right.
And it's funny like that.
Yeah. All right, so now that we know you can't rob a bank with a lemon, and you can actually I don't know if that would still work if you can get I'm assuming somebody has to know that that's a toll-free number, right? Or not a toll-free, a paid number.
Yeah, I would assume telemark. That's what I don't get. Telemarketers wouldn't be calling because it's only certain area codes.
Don't they just random dial?
that
I would
trigger
think.
that.
Yeah.
Well, I think they wouldn't put. It's not like they're putting 900 in there.
Right. Yeah.
I wonder if someone at the other end of this 900 number is going to be interested in car warranties.
This guy wants to extend a warranty, and man, is he breathing heavy. Wow, this is crazy. We've been on for 19 minutes already.
Yeah.
All right, so
And neither one of us is satisfied.
all right, let's do a strange story.
Wait, what?
This is Strange Stories with Damon and Ted.
Ma, there's no more deviled eggs on the roof.
We asked for a shorter one.
Yeah, that's
the shorter one.
but that's been a while since we've heard that one, so that's all right. That's all right. All right, here's a strange story. It's called "Where's the Beef?" Now,
It's in a ditch in Indiana, apparently.
3 Florida men charged for a $9 million Midwest meat heist. This is right up my alley. This might be where you got your steaks.
Includes Florida.
Yeah.
Includes meat.
Yeah. And $9 million. I'd like to have $9 million. So 3 men from Florida were recently charged with stealing millions of dollars worth of property from a meat packing facilities across the Midwest. But they didn't take any of the money that they had at plants, nor did they pilfer electronics, industrial equipment, or anything like that. They took the meat.
Well, they can't trace meat. That's what it is.
So it says, I'm going to try these names. Delvis Fuentes, Yosani de Sol, and Ladier Andino stand accused of illegally transporting stolen goods and money laundering. I guess you're money laundering because you're getting paid for the meat and then you're not paying taxes on it, or you're not, I don't know how that works, but money laundering.
Well, if they use dirty money if they accepted dirty money.
Yeah.
For the meat.
But it says all together, the trio's alleged crimes have caused more than $9 million in losses to meat producers. So it says they're daring criminals. According to the authorities, the 3 men were very audacious in their crimes. If you steal $9 million worth of meat, you can't do this willy-nilly. You don't, it's not one pork chop at a time from Walmart. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're doing something that's real. Or you're taking whole cows. You know what I mean? You're herding them into your truck, into your Volvo. I don't know what you're doing, you know?
No, this way.
This way. Yeah. Why does that guy have 5 sheepdogs? I don't know. They're cattle herd dogs.
Why did you bring this car? I told the guy it was a standard size. He insisted this was a standard size car.
So it
You can only
says,
fit 2 cows in here.
it says Lancaster County, Nebraska. Sheriff Terry Wagner. That sounds like a sheriff name, right? Terry Wagner. He's on the case. He said they drove away with filled meat trailers like they legally belonged to them. You want to know the best part about doing anything? Act like you belong there.
Right.
Okay.
Well, maybe they're all in those. Each individually were inside of those trailers going, "I'm Batman.
Yeah.
I'm Batman."
Yeah. And they drive through the gate. They're like, "Whoa, we're not supposed to take this. I'm Batman."
Oh, well, go ahead.
Well, son of a bitch. I guess you're supposed to take
Excuse us,
this.
Mr. Wayne. Please continue.
I think I was at Starbucks the other day. Do you order a coffee?
The second guy's like, "I'm Batman." Wait a minute.
Whoa.
Now how many Batmen are there? Because that first guy was very convincing.
So it says they would just, this is in quotes, they would just drive in, hook up a trailer, and take off. We were very surprised how brazen and wide scale it was, Wagner said.
I'm telling you though, I work for a company that has facilities inside big box stores and some of the stuff I have to work on is in the back. I just march right in like I own the joint. No one stops. One time I got stopped and I was like, "You don't have power over me." And I just kept going. You don't own me.
Yeah. So it says
There's something. There's a mistake out front. Someone's not supposed to be playing Sharp Dressed Man. You should probably check on that.
Right. Somewhere there's a bride crying as I steal your truckload of pork chops. But it says busted for the first time. They were arrested and charged only following a months-long investigation by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. So we felt.
Why does it take a month to go, "Hey, do these 3 guys work here?"
Yeah.
No, they do not. Case closed.
Hey, we got another pop-up store in the Menards parking lot. They're selling meat out of a truck.
Oh, is that where they get that meat?
Yeah.
You've seen those, right? Where they're this trailer sale.
Yeah. Yeah.
But where did it come from?
Yeah. That guy's trailer.
If I were to put all this back together, would it form a cow?
Right.
or some sort of other animal.
Did you buy your cow at IKEA? Then you have a trailer full of cow. So, but it says they first became aware of the crimes in late June 2022. At the time, the Lancaster Sheriff's Office received notification that someone had stolen 2 trailers from a meatpacking facility. Okay. Stolen trailers contained a $390,000 load of beef. Now, the trailer's not free either.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Well, maybe it's that guy from weeks back where it's his tow truck or his crane.
yeah, or it's the syrup guys.
Yeah, I hooked it up. It's
Yeah.
mine now.
Yeah. The guys from Canada migrated south. They're not doing syrup anymore. Now they're doing meat.
Yeah, because it's not like they pulled in their empty trailer and told them to fill it up. They're saying that they pulled in, grabbed a trailer
Yeah.
as well.
So here's in the trucking, and I'm not a trucker, never have been, but
But you're one of those crap librarians. What was the word?
I'm not. I don't know.
You know what I'm talking. We talked about it earlier.
Yeah.
All right.
But I'm bobtailing when I go in. I think that's what it's called, bobtailing, when you have no trailer out.
Right.
So how many trucks are you going to let bobtail into your place? Because normally when you come get a trailer, guess what you drop off?
You drop off an empty one.
An empty one.
Yeah.
Okay. So how many guys that fit the description of the guys we're looking for are we going to let just drive
Yeah,
in?
that's what I get. Like, how does that happen more than once?
So it says by the time that
Hey, guys, there's 3 more guys at the door. They don't have any empties, but they're trying to pick up fulls. Is that cool?
yeah.
No, all right, go ahead. Says his name is Jason Bateman.
Yeah. The king of not my job is the security guard at that gate. So I got Netflix on my phone, bro. We're good. But it says they found the trailers, but by that time they were completely empty. They discovered a vital clue using cell phone data from a tower near the meat plant. The data showed that these guys' phones had been in the area at the time of the crime. Not only that, records over the summer revealed that the trio returned to Nebraska multiple times between June and October. I'd say we found them, okay?
Yeah, why does this take CSI to figure this out?
Tracking the target. In mid-October, the 3 men were spotted driving semi-tractors without trailers in Columbia, Tennessee. That's not a crime, but the cops thought that their vehicles were suspicious. Sometime later, there was another sighting of the trio packed in the same truck, slowly circling 2 truck yards. Okay, one semi-truck that probably has 2 seats in it doesn't require 3 people, and they should not be slowly circling like vultures around a truck yard.
Right.
Okay.
One of them should have gotten a black Trans Am.
So, yeah, take them off the case. The authorities believe they were evaluating their next target. So on October 13th, they placed a GPS tracker on the men's truck. They didn't just go, there's your 3 guys.
Yeah. Right.
What do you need?
They have enough to get a warrant to put a tracker on their truck, but not enough to go like, hey, can we ask you some questions?
So on October 15th, a trailer carrying $40,000 worth of ham. Okay, here's the deal. The other trailer had $390,000 worth of beef. How much ghetto meat do you think ham is when you got a trailer full
No.
and it's $40,000? It's not going to Arby's.
I'm going to have you talk to Papa Suburbs, Matt Drufke, about, because he's also known as the Ham Daddy.
Okay.
So maybe this is a big ring he's in front of.
But I'm saying, so you got a 53-foot trailer full of beef, $390,000 street value.
Yeah.
You got a 53-foot trailer full of ham, $40,000. Okay. Okay. Sure. But it disappeared from the facility.
Well, here's the problem. It was probably parked. It probably had a list that said beef was parked 1, 2, 3. And then the night before, without telling them, they went 2, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that's probably what it was.
So then they
brought it in a different order.
They picked up the wrong trailer.
Yeah. So I bet somebody was crying.
So we can't blame them. We can't blame Mac.
Yeah.
It was an audible at the day of.
However, this was the perfect crime. It was so easy. Everything's just going to fall into place. All I got to do is show up, hit play, and take my check home.
Is, now that, like, hey, what are you in for? I was stealing ham.
Yeah. I'm the Hamburglar. well, I'm Grimace, and you're about to be mine. So it says, and you know what? The GPS data showed that the trio semi had been at the crime location of the $40,000 ham trailer. So it says the following day, 3 pallet jacks were stolen in Pipestone. Additionally, 2 pork-packed trailers valued at $150,000 vanished in the same locations. Now, mind you, they have GPS on this truck. How are they still stealing stuff?
Right.
Can they set an alarm? Look, I have Life 360 on my phone. Okay. When I get to my house, people know I'm home. You think you could put the truck yards, the meat packing plants as like a location on your GPS? Like ding, ding, ding.
No,
They're there.
what's great is that someone's like, well, the the tractor's moving, but we don't have anything on the trailer. So unless you can visually tell me that there's a trailer hooked up to that tractor, I can't.
Right.
I can't sign off on an arrest
Yeah.
warrant.
Now, we tracked it pulling in to the meatpacking plant. We tracked it backing up very slow.
Yeah,
we tracked it pulling away.
And now there's a trailer missing.
Yeah. But
But
we should have put a camera.
circumstantial.
Yeah, we should have put a camera on that. So it says, finally, on October 18th, the Highway Patrol stopped a semi Fuentes was driving for a DOT inspection. Oh, the infamous DOT. Look at that.
This is like when they got Capone for tax evasion.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we watched you steal it. We couldn't get you. But you said you were going to be this weight, but you were this weight on your axles.
He had no proper authorization to be driving the truck. But what's worse, in its trailer were 19 pallets of pork that matched those stolen on October 15th. How do you do a pork pallet lineup and go, those are them?
Yeah.
Those are them. That's my pork.
Yeah.
You know, do you have like 7 other stacks of pork where you're like, hold on, which one of these is yours?
Just picture like that grizzled detective, just like in a suit that's all rumpled, and like he walks in, puts his pinky in the pork, and then just like just touches it on the tip of his tongue, and is like, "This is it, boys."
Like it's grade A cocaine.
He backs out, puts his head around the thing to the officers, like holding the guy up at the front. He's like, "Robble, robble."
The Hamburglar. So it says they continued to track the semis. Cat and mouse game finally came. So now on the 18th, when they caught this guy, they're like, "Hey, that's not your ham." Okay, we'll take the trailer.
So 3 days he's been driving around this pork.
Yeah,
I hope it's refrigerated.
I was gonna say. You know where we got
found him because the
started to
flies.
stink,
Like,
yeah. Started to stink. All right. We're like, holy cow.
They see buzzards in the distance. They're like, wait, there's a dead body, or those trailers are driving down that road.
He's at a truck stop, and there's like 18 spots on each side of that truck. They're like, that's our guy. That's him right there. That is him. That's him. So, what it says that basically, so 2 days later, Florida Highway Patrol stopped him for a faulty equipment inspection. He again showed a fake bill of lading, but appeared visibly nervous. On the same day, they spotted the other 2 trucks at a commercial lot. Inside their trailers, cop found meat that had been stolen from various.
This is why there's so much crime. Is it took them 6.5 weeks to figure out this meat thing when they've had him in custody 4 times.
Yeah. So it says now all 3 have been arrested and charged. In all, they're accused of committing 45 thefts across. Now remember, this is a semi truck at a time. 45 thefts across Minnesota, Nebraska, North Dakota, South Dakota, and Wisconsin. The investigation is still ongoing. I just don't understand. What's your plan to do with all that meat? Because you have to make it go somewhere.
What's nice is that 45 is easily divisible by 3.
Right, yeah.
So their math checks out.
One guy probably wasn't working harder than the rest of them. So that's probably, the one guy's like, I got 32 of those on my own. You know?
Yeah. Hey, you know, it's divisible by 3, and the other 2 guys are like, that guy didn't even do anything. He did 1. We did the other 44.
And then they're like, well, you know, this is incriminating evidence. I'm sorry. He did all of them.
We were getting beef. Hamburglar over there.
Robble. Where can they find us, Ted?
You can find us at the McDonald's drive-thru. Or you can find us at thatchecksout.net. All the socials of That Checks Out. WDT. WDT stands for With Damon and Ted, because I'm Ted and he's Damon. That Checks Out has been a TCO Productions, recorded to you from here at Audio Hive Podcasting. Come check them out. Give Max some money. Do a podcast for yourself. There's plenty of room because we know that it works out great. And I just keep talking because who knows what's happening.
Well, the music just started.
Yeah.
So
45 minutes in.
Thanks for waking them up, Jerry.
Michaela available?
Yeah. Remember when Kayla was here?
Yeah.
Flawless.
We were in the studio and out of the studio within 61 minutes, and we recorded an hour-long podcast.
Yeah. I miss those days.
I do too. Yeah. That checks out. Peace. This is all going to be cut.
Peace. He says peace.